Please do not let that winter chill keep you from enjoying the wonders of nature this time of year. Portage Park District volunteer and certified volunteer naturalist Denny Reiser hikes, photographs, and enjoys the outdoors year round. Today, he is sharing his favorite tips and ideas on choosing attire and gear to make your outdoor activities fun and safe, even in the winter. The parks exhibit a special layer of beauty in the winter. We hope you'll follow Denny's advice and get outside to experience it.
Well, hello. My name is Denny Reiser, and I'm here to talk about how to dress when you go outdoors. And I guess the first thing I want to say is how you dress is going to somewhat determine what you're going to do. I mean, that kind of matters. So right now I'm going to think that either I am going to go out for a photo walk, or I'm going to go out birding. And if I'm going out hiking, it would be a little bit different, and I'll explain that. But one way or another, I really think having a coat with a hood is a good idea. You really need a hat. Strongly recommend a hat, especially like me, I don't have any hair. But the other thing is my hat has flaps. And I really like this because I can put the flaps down. If it's not real cold, I can put the flaps up. So that's good hat. Flaps, whatever. The other thing that want to mention is gloves. I purposely wore these because these are the ones I wear when I'm using my camera. And what's cool about them is I can fold everything back so that when I go get my camera out of my bag, I can adjust things. I can't adjust things with my gloves. So that's good that way. Probably be good bird watching too, is to adjust. So some kind of gloves. They say mittens are best. But that's up to you. I do see the advantage of mittens. If I'm really out hiking, I get too warm. I get very warm. And you don't want to sweat inside, because if you're sweating, that's cool if you're moving. But if you stop, then that chills you. You get really cold. So you want to keep your temperature kind of even. And actually, one thing I take off to help regulate my temperature is my gloves. So I will put my gloves away if I'm out hiking. So we've got a hat, gloves, jacket. Your jacket, and let's talk layers, because your outside layer is your shell. And that should be windproof, and if you can, waterproof, and that's your shell. And again, the hood, I can bundle up, so forth. So that's the outer layer. That's important that way. Inside, I often take a scarf because I like something warm around my neck. But here's the other thing, heat-wise. If I get too hot, I can take this off and put it in my bag. So, that's another advantage. So the scarf, I usually wear a layer under here that will keep me warm. And then I have some kind of wool shirt. Then I have my base layer that is kind of a polyester blend. Don't wear cotton. Cotton gets wet, stays wet, it's going to make you cold. So you've got your layer system. The thing with what's under here now is a long sleeve, but if I'm going to hike, this layer would probably be a vest, because the vest will help you vent. You've never seen these. A lot of the coats I have zippers. They're called zip pits, or pits and zippers, or whatever. So I can open this up if I can get a hold of this. I can actually open this up. And if there's a vest inside, therefore the whole thing is moisture coming out. And obviously I have those on both sides, and usually once I get warm, they stay open. I don't close them, but sometimes if I'm hiking, they'll be open to begin with. So that's my jacket. It's in layers, okay? Not cotton, as much wool as possible, so forth. That's that layer. Working down, pants, probably not blue jeans, something wool if possible. I like hiking in my cords. They work the best for me, but that's up to you. Again, I'm usually warm enough. I don't wear a layer under my pants. So since I'm cooling down a little bit, I'm going to put my hat back on. The other favorite thing that actually helps keep me warm are my Gators. And so you're seeing the Gator. The Gator will keep you warm, will keep you dry, and it will save your pants from being muddy. Let's say that we're done hiking and it's pretty simple. This just unhooks. Here's your Velcro magic, and I'm done. So they're going to keep my pant mud-free, cleaner. The other nice thing is with this is pretty waterproof. So if my shoe is waterproof and this is waterproof, when I come to a stream, I can be walking across the stream without getting real wet. Okay, we're dressed to go. The other thing I usually take with me is something to help stable me. Trekking poles would be one option, and they're adjustable to height, and usually it's supposed to be that your elbow and arm is supposed to be 90 degrees. If you can see that, it's straight. So that's 90. This balances me. It's nice if I'm hiking to have something, because if it's icy, I'm not going to fall. The other thing is these are pointed, so they will dig in. So ice, the other thing I mentioned, stream crossings, they're nice in the stream. So poles, some kind of poles. The thing is, since I'm a camera person, I have a monopod. What I like about this, it also is adjustable, and so I can adjust this any height I want. So it's up high. Hiking yesterday, we were doing a stream crossing, and I didn't want it this high, so I just lowered it. And when you're going across the stream and the rocks are slippery, having something to hold on to is a good idea. I knew where I was hiking. I didn't need two. You usually need two if you're going uphill or downhill. If you're just kind of casually walking, this is fine. One is fine, and as you can see, this collapses, these collapse too. So having some kind of pole is a good idea. It has saved me a number of times from falling. And the one monopod I had before this was bent, and I figured I was glad it was bent, not me. If you're out with the camera and you're, take my gloves, and it helps me stabilize my camera. It really, especially if it's in low light and your shutter speed is slow, having something to stabilize your camera is also nice. So that's why I hike with this almost all the time, because of my camera and so forth. This is referred to as, I would say, a day bag. It can carry more. I would use my day bag when I am taking a longer hike. I want to carry maybe more food, just a longer period of time. This is what's referred to as a swing bag. I really am in love with this concept. I used to use fanny packs all the time. They always slipped. I never could get one to fit right. So the swing bag is nice because I can put my water bottle in here. I can move it around to get my water bottle out here. I use my swing bag as my camera bag, because that will go in here, and it's secure. And then the cool thing about the swing bag is there is a strap that will come around, and you can hook it. So it's a small bag that you can carry camera, maybe a pair of binoculars. Yeah, another outdoor tip. So this is my water bottle, one of them. I do believe you need a drink in the winter. You can get dehydrated, just like I think you should put suntan lotion on in the winter. May seem strange, but so, okay, I mentioned my bag. This guy does have a nice little compartment for a bottle. But believe it or not, I can, in an hour, this will be empty. So sometimes I carry a spare bottle. Sometimes I put clothes in here. I've been, especially in the summer, I will take my outer shell off and put it through these straps, and therefore I don't have space for my bottle. So how do I solve that problem? Well, a couple of ways. Is that this bottle, get a bottle with a hook, and the carabiners, the problem is if you hook this, then you hook that. May not be any big deal, but sometimes I find that hard to do. But the S-hook is nice because it has a spot for the bottle and then a spot to hook. These two are kept separate, and it's just, to me, that's an easier movement because you're just unhooking the spot, one spot. And as you can see, hooking this, then the bottle falls down to the side, and that's cool. And I can just pull it up and unhook it. So I'm finding S-hooks easier to use than carabiners. So that's the bag, day bag. The yak traps are, if things are really icy, they go on the bottom of your shoe. The thing with experience over time, get one with a strap, and that strap kind of fits over the top of your shoe there. Good example, if you've been to Trail Lake and you're walking on the blacktop there, that blacktop can get icy, melt, freeze. If you have these on your feet, and especially if you don't have your poles, this is going to be more stable. So it gives you extra tracking on the back. So I really think if you have poles, these aren't as important. Hiking for me has been a release or a way for me to deal with this pandemic. It is someplace, any of the parks, where I can go and just kind of relax. I feel safe outside. Luckily, and I will use Trail Lake again, is that the last time I hiked there, a lot of us were going in the same direction. Interesting, no signs. We're all going in the same direction, and people were good that when we were close, they pulled the mask up, and we walked. So outdoor activity during this pandemic has been a savior for me, and I would hope it would be for you. It's just nice to be out, and if you are dressed right, you are not going to be cold. You're not going to be cold, and winter is beautiful. The blue skies, snow, it's just beautiful, and you see animal tracks in the snow. It's easy. I think it's easier to bird watch in the winter because you don't have the leaves on the tree. For me, some of my best photography is in the winter because of the skies and the snow and so forth. So I would say get out there. It's don't worry about being cold. If anything, worry about being too warm. Enjoy our winters in Ohio.